It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Dante Nicholson picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the interception, Winston to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, he'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for them.
And Winston lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They got 29 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Mostert. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Winston.
They'll run the screen with Moss.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Winston. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
They go play action. Cousins.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Here's Cousins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To throw is Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces, because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
He'll buy some time right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Here's Hardman to return. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Cousins throw complete there to Thomas.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him in an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. Play fake. Cousins.
He'll swing this out to Mostert.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again, it's Cousins. Thomas brings it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
And there are really very few fullbacks in the NFL today that get used as weapons in the passing game. But Kyle Juszczyk, definitely one of them. Part of the reason he's been a Pro Bowler 5 years in a row.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Devontae Smith
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true. true, because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely, give these guys something to cheer about.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Working out of the gun, Winston.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they... And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jameis again.
A throw left side taken in by Komet.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Throwing, Winston. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the red zone now, Winston. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To throw, Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So we have the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
7 yards, the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Moss. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Moss. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Winston. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now Winston. On the move to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody? And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Max Crosby, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Winston. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Pick play is former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On play action, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. This is caught. It's Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Raheem Mostert.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. Here's Winston.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
2nd and 5.
From the gun, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A first down throw for Winston.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Again, it's Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston. And his pass incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That will be incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines.
And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Fighting his way through contact. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Now a give running left with Moss.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Winston now.
Checks that one down, complete to Moss.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They're going to run for it. It's Moss.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Zach Moss.
His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That one complete to Wilkins, the running back. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Cousins. This to Jarwin. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind.
Touchdown! Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Winston on 3rd and 2. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Winston. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Looking to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Winston. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw.
He'll swing this out to Moss.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Zach Moss.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. On first down, it's Wilkins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They run again with Wilkins. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they